previous problems. So I'm trying to see. I'm going to show you the house. So I'm going to turn you down. And hold on. Can you see it? It's flickering. No, it's not. So I'm just going to hold it like this. And it didn't quite go as planned or as we discussed because the Posh Chalk that I was stubborn about was too bland. And I'm going to post a picture of it. It just blended too much with the side. So I changed it and I used a chocolate metal decor. And I think that it came out good. I'm hoping more people will join so that they can see it. And I put a regular light in, like this one, but it didn't show up. And when I put in the fairy lights, it came out quite good. So I painted everything. Inside is gold. I left it gold, the gold pigment. And I know that somewhere, I saw it yesterday, I have the bottom so that we can close it in, but open it when we need. Yeah, I like the fairy lights too, because there's more control on the fairy lights, definitely. Well, a bigger candle won't work, Betty, because look at the hole here. And this one just about manages to fit in. So this is the biggest candle that you would be able to put in. Oops, did I lose it? Yeah, I stuck it in. Yeah, taller, yes, definitely. Hold on. Something's not right. I just got... Oh. I don't know when the paper release is going to be. But... So... Yes, they probably do. They probably do. But for right now, this works for me. I will post a picture of how this looked when we had the gold pigment. Hi, Maria. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, it came out quite good. So, as I said, I like the fairy lights for everything too, Betty. So I'm going to switch it off. And then you will remember, let me pull this away, because it's plaster, it will break. So, or at least I think it will. So, do you remember this project? The one I silver leafed. Yes, they do. You're absolutely right, Betty. They do. That we silver leafed. And then it just didn't work out for me. Yes, the wine box. So I've decided to take another stab at it. And what I'm going to do is paint the same color of blue. And then oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to remove some of the papers, some of the silver inside here. So again, this is going to be second time, but I said I wouldn't give up. So let's try this blue. This is called Caribbean. I don't sell it. And by the way, I have to start wearing gloves, so you need to remind me when I'm painting to make sure I have gloves. Because my nail guy got mad at me yesterday and was not too happy at the state of my nails. And he said he was tired of trying to fix them. So I promised I would try to fix the issue by wearing gloves. So I'm going to repaint everything. And we're going to do something rather different. We've used it before. Yeah, I know. But I've been going to him for 3 years. And he's the only one that really does a good job on my nails, Betty. So, you know, beggars can't be choosers, as I say. So, if more people jump on, I will show the house again at the end. And sometimes this is a good example of when a project you're working on is not quite how you want it. Thank you, Hazel. Maybe stopping your plan and leaving it for a while is the best thing to do, because just fighting with it doesn't really work, I've noticed. So this, if you remember, we've already applied Would You Bend on it. This is the Would You Bend, and I can't remember the trim number. And it might not be in my Etsy shop, but I do have it. So I'm just painting it with the Caribbean. Good afternoon, Kim. How are you? So if you haven't sprinkled, I really would appreciate it. I know there aren't many people on, and I'd like to build that number up. We're going to do 2 coats on this. So whilst this is drying, I'm going to do the other side. This will definitely need 2 coats. I'm going to do this one, which does not need as much work as the other one. And hey, Nicole, how are you? How are you feeling? I meant to message you earlier, but I woke up a bit late. So, hi Wanda, how are you? We're redoing a project that I started a few weeks ago. I can't tell you the exact time, but it was a few weeks ago, and I gave up on it. I silver leafed it. And I didn't like the outcome. We put some Would You Bend, and all these are Would You Bends. I know the bottom needs painting, and we also let me move these out of the way. We also did this. Let me just put one coat on here. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. Wanda, did you tell, oh, better than yesterday? Okay, that's good. But not completely better. I'm just doing the edges. Yeah, I do too. Well, we're going to use, yesterday we used gold, and today we're going to paint this, but we will highlight it in gold. I mean silver, not gold. Scratch that. I also have, thank you for the hearts, everyone. I also have some transfers that we have used before, and they are silver, and I'd like to try them on here. I figured, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, silver, not gold. No, I'm losing my mind, Betty. And I don't mean to. Well, I almost had an argument with a policeman. I was coming home, and the road that leads to my house is supposedly a scenic route. And it didn't say road closed. It said road being repaired. Road repairs. Well, road repairs, thank you, Wanda. Thank you so much. Well, there were cones, and I went around the cones, because road repairs does not mean road closed. And if I was to go around on the highway and go back the other side of my street, that would take me at least 15 to 20 minutes. So I guess the policeman sees me and is mad at me. So he lets through all the traffic except me. And then he comes up to me and he goes, "Didn't you see the sign over there?" I said, "I did." It said road repairs. And he goes, don't you understand that road repairs means road is closed? And I said, absolutely not. If you wanted to close the road, why didn't you put road closed? He goes, well, I'm going to make you wait here for 15 minutes because you disobeyed the instructions. So I said, okay, you do that, and I'm calling one of the news stations, and I'm going to tell them how you, by yourself, decided that you had the right to punish me. Exactly, Betty, but he wanted me to go right around so that I go from the other side. So they were going in the opposite direction. So the road was supposed to be closed, but that's not what they said. They said road repairs for my side of the road. Well, I really didn't like, and I picked up my phone and I started to call. Well, I started to look up the number. And he blows on his whistle and he goes, you can go now. But he'd made me wait for a while, and I did not like that. I thought that was rather rude and unacceptable. And if they wanted road closed, then put a sign. He goes, well, most people know that road repairs means road closed. No. Road repairs means watch out. Doesn't mean the road is closed. It is, absolutely. And that's why I was going to call one of the news stations, not that I know anyone, because if I call the police, they're going to side with him. And there's already, on the road that is off my street, which is that particular road, there's already issues. They want to widen it to make it, to put in a bike lane, and to also, a lane for walkers. It's designated as a scenic route, whatever that may mean. And people are fighting this because they don't want more traffic, number one. Number two, it means that they're going to take people's property. Yes, they will pay them. But people don't want that. They like the quietness. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Betty. No, I didn't get his name or badge number. I usually don't argue with police. I stay, I kind of respect the law, but not when they don't respect me. I'm doing a second coat now on some of these. So that was rather annoying. They are paying, apparently. From what I've heard, they are paying. And the only reason, I don't mind a lane for walking, because they won't have to take any land from anyone. But the traffic will become unbearable Let me just see if that's done. Hi, Trina. How are you? Thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, the bike thing has become a big thing. You're right, Betty. Oh, why isn't this working? Well, probably because I don't. It's Dixie Belle Caribbean. And I still haven't found the green that I love. So I'm just going to heat this, dry this. How are you, Trina? So we'll give this a second coat. Hello, Jerry. How are you? Thanks for joining. Just want to make sure this is dry, and this is dry before I set it down. Yeah, that color is really good. Oh, that's good, Trina. Yeah, sometimes weeks can be tough. So I'm going to give this a second coat because it needs it. And hopefully I will find this an acceptable alternative to what I had in mind. It's really still not what I had in mind, but so did anyone else watch the Would You Bend reveal on the trims? I guess I did not either read the directions on the reel they posted, or I misunderstood. So for anyone who's who watched, I apologize to anyone who was expecting Would You Bend to come on. Well, I want the release for the new papers only because I've had them for a couple of weeks and I'm so excited, but I can't show them. So I can't tell if anyone is commenting because I can't see comments anymore. And Facebook, Facebook is acting up. When I first came on, it kicked me right out. I don't know why. So seeing I have the paint right here, I'm just going to do a quick coat. I'm going to highlight the beads with silver. I'm going to leave the beads blue, but I'm going to highlight them with silver, as well as the molding that we did for the front. Yeah, I love this. They have two blues. They have the Caribbean and they have, what's the other one? It's this one. It's called Pacific. But I like this much better. So I'm just doing the back side. Okay, let me check this. And all we have to do, I'm going to keep it upside down till it dries. It's Moonshine Metallics. Yeah, this blue is softer. The other one felt a bit too dramatic for me. And as soon as this dries, I'm going to show you, well, as soon as I finish painting it. I'm going to try and not leave puddles of paint. And I also thought of something else. The handle for this is a piece of rope. When I say a piece of rope, when I finish what I'm doing, I will show you what I mean. I'm just going over to check that I don't have puddles of paint leaking around. And yes, thank you, Betty, for putting that. So I'm just going to dry this. Oh, I was going to show you. I was thinking of putting this, cutting this in half and putting it on here to kind of go with the rustic feel of the rope. Yes, and it has a tiny, tiny hole, which isn't enough. But I need to cut. Have you ever tried cutting a cork? I have. It's a pain in the neck. Isn't it a pain in the neck, Betty? So I'm going to use the Posh Chalk silver patina. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Hello, Linda. Thanks for joining. Okay. This might be dry. This side needs doing, but I'll do that afterwards. So let me put this in here. So let me put this where it belongs. And I'm just going to put this on top. And then I'm going to show you, if you remember, these, hold on. I'm going to need to put them back on. These flowers, we used them on a pumpkin. And I just thought this would be the perfect place to do the flowers, like a scene on the side. So let me just double check. And I was thinking of doing them on this side and this side. So hopefully I'm dry. And what I want to do is, I don't particularly care for the birds. Oh, you love the birds? Oh, thank you, Betty. All right, we'll find room for the birds. So I was thinking of putting flowers here and flowers so that, well, this one might be a bit too big. So I could take off this flower because it's not attached to anything. And let me see. And this flower, this leaf. But I want something in the center, and I haven't quite figured out what to do in the center. Let me, oops. Hi, Jane, how are you? Let me remove the dead things so I don't confuse myself. So there's this and this. Maybe we'll put some birds then. Where is the second bird that I said no to? We're just designing it right now. We might be able to put a bird here. Yes, these are transfers. I used them on the pumpkin. Remember the black pumpkin? Okay, I might put these a bit closer so that they're overlapping. But then I need to move. Let's start with these. And then we can add this. Yes, there is. So let me just move this. Now my finger is. And I have another thing I haven't opened. And again, as usual, I just need to remove this. Let me just get a tool. I'm going to put this one right over here, Betty. So let's see how this ends up looking. Sorry, my head is in the way. Thank you, Jane. Oh, well, I've done something very wrong here. And it didn't do that last time. It's pulled up some of the silver on the back. And I can't figure out why. Yeah, but the cloth is it is. The cloth is a pain in the butt, though. No, you're supposed to use this, and I didn't use it last time. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I just paint over it. It's just paint. Okay, let's see this. Because when I used this, Jane, see here, some of the silver came out. That's why. I think the cloth makes it softer. Well, some of them are not coming out because the wood has you can see the wood grain. Hold on, I just want to get... I think I am going to seal this, and I'm going to try and get rid of this here and this here with a very fine raised grain. That's it. And where's the other one that we talked about? Let's see, that one. It's too late. I hope I've got this one right. I'm looking for something that will help me lift. Oh, good. Came off just right. And we can put some birds here. I want to wipe it. Yes, they would. And let me throw that. Let's see where that one's done. And let me see where the birds, what did we do with the birds? Well, I don't know if I want a bird here. Because this is how it's going to be. So that's the top. Well, right now I'm not going to put a bird on. Yes, Jane, they would be. Let me get the silver. And And I know I have my silver. Well, I have the royal silver and I have the regular silver, which nope. Black, I don't need. I need this. Okay. Yes, they would be. Okay, you can't see the color from here. But I'm tempted to use this. I haven't used it for a long, long time. So let's see. And I can't use my... Hi, Miriam, how are you? Laura, you're never late, Habibti. You're never late. I want to get a brush that doesn't have a lot of color on it. No, apparently either I misunderstood or the way they phrased it, Jane. More than likely it's me who misunderstood. I don't know if I like this. No, this one is not the silver I want. Hey, I'm good too. Nishkar Allah. Let me try this silver. الأخبار شي بيقرف. So let me just add a little bit here and let's see how this one I think is more. I just want to add a little bit of highlight. And it smells good. And it gives it So I'm just adding a little bit more. And this is the regular silver, not the royal. I like the regular better. Yep. So I want to see how this looks on camera. And I can't see. Can you see a difference? Because I can see I'm just doing the other side. Can you see the difference? On the camera, I can't see it, but you can in real life. Hey, Gwendolyn. You done with your shopping? And let me show you remind me to show you the house from yesterday. I finished it very late last night. No? Wow. So I'm going to have to fix here with a very, very, very fine paintbrush. And you know I'm not... okay, I will. Oh, you're talking... Yes, yes, sorry. Gwendolyn, I am not quite with it. I'm glad you watched the replay. So remind me. And I love the smell of this wax. And if I get some on the edges, I'm fine. And actually, I might just put some on the edges. Just a touch. And okay, so this is our part, one side. I'm going to do the same on this side, but let's see what the wax looks like. Oh, no problem. So, it's very subtle. And I'm going to continue. Is that the one I was using? Yeah. And add a little bit on the edges. I'm just going to wipe off. And don't forget, I'm going to use this for here. And let me just remove this. I'm just removing the string I used to cover. hopefully I didn't get too much paint. And I'm still going to do the other side. But I want you to see what it looks like. I guess I'm going to have to use this. Okay. And then I wrapped it too well. And then right here. This was a good way to stop me from accidentally painting. Oops. Let me just move this and this. Almost there. Okay. So this is how, and I did get just a little bit of paint. And then we need to put these in here to hold the wine bottle. We put the wine bottle in, and something is okay. I think I have to paint the top of this, and then I'm not going to close it till the end because I need to pull it out, and sometimes it's hard. And let me just pull you up so that you can see. And I'll do the same on this side. I'm not going to do anything on the back. Thanks, everyone. And I'll clean up here. I'll try and do it today. And post a picture of it finished. Tomorrow, or at least I'm going to try. Yes, it would. With a bottle of wine, it would be. So there we go. Now let me show you, for those that have been waiting patiently for the house, let me just move these out of my way. Let me move those here, that here, because I don't want to mess up the house. And we'll put half of this on on there. I forgot to show you that. So it would look like this. No, like this. I'm going to try and find a lighter cork so that, you know, it would match more. So let me see this, move this out of the way. And let's put the house. I moved it out of the way because oh, thank you, Wanda. This is our house. Yes, it is. I did most of what we talked about on yesterday's live. I did. But when it came to the windows, I did do the pigment, but the pigment looked like it blended in with the house. And I did not like it at all. So, thanks, Wanda. So, let me turn you down and let me show you better. These are fairy lights that I put in. So, I painted, oh, you are, Miriam? Thank you. So, I painted it with chocolate metal, deco metal. Nicole and I were talking yesterday and I just said, I can't, this is just too bland. And she suggested I try the chocolate and it worked really well. So this is the door. And this side and this side. Now the chimney is a mix of the gold pigment and the chocolate metal, deco metal, whatever. So, and the fairy lights, I do have a bottom for this, but I don't know where it is right now. Yes, thank you, Nicole. But I really love the way it turned out. I think it's great. It weighs a ton. This has at least 1.5 pounds of clay on it. Thank you, Nicole. So, I love it. And I have a Santa somewhere that I'm going to look for. And he's upside down going into the chimney. And I have to find him because he will look so great in here. Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for the hearts. And I will see you all tomorrow. And I'm not sure what project I'm going to do. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Have a great night, everyone, and I'll think up of something new. And I'm so glad today that we went back and revisited this and finished it. At least it's one project, one of my many projects that are unfinished. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Thank you.